Hello everyone, this is Sean, and today I'm going to be opening up my new Origins Masters of the Universe figures. And you can see I'm wearing the appropriate t-shirt for the occasion, the Roblox Masters of the Universe t-shirt. And the reason I'm doing an unboxing video today is because all my MOTU Origins shelves are full. This entire shelving unit here is full of MOTU itself. Of course, the ones on the bottom are the deluxe figures I won't be opening, but you can see it's too deep. So each figure has something behind it. So it's time to open more. So I'll link this video to unboxing video number 1. And you can see the rest of my vintage MOTU collection here, which is growing over the few last months, so I'll be doing a new video on that as well. So I'll get the first figure ready and be right back. Alright, so the first figure we're opening is the Sunman figure. You can see him here, and you can see the card art on the back. So what I'll try to do with each figure, once I open them, is I'll try to display the card art accurately. But you can see how his card is unpunched, so I'm not going to try to punch the card or anything. So I will I'll open him up and I'll be back. Show you the results. And actually I'm going to put the camera, and actually turn it a bit more towards the table so that you can see things better as I open them. You can see I got the front cover off. I'm going to try to peel off the sticker and put it on the card back. So now I'll get the rest of the figure out and I'll be back. And there we go. There's Sunman standing with his card back in the background. And you can see how I managed to get the sticker on the card back. So let me just there you go. Got the picture, and I'll crop the picture later. I'll take another picture of it with the actual scenic card back, of course. Bring him a little closer this time. There you are. So I'll go on to the next figure, which will be the Anti-Eternia He-Man. You can see him advertised on the back of the card here. So I have Sunman, Horde Trooper, Clawful, and Anti-Eternia He-Man. I already have He-Man and Skeletor. They're the original figures up there that are actually riding on their steeds. So I'll be back with the next figure. Alright, and there's Anti-Eternia He-Man. And here's the back of his card. So you can see there he is. Now I know he's holding his sword in his his left hand on the card back, but the way his hands are, you can't do that unless they do say that the limbs are interchangeable, but I don't think that the way the thumb is on that hand, it's interchangeable, so he could hold it as he is in the picture. But I made him holding his sword while my He-Man is holding his axe, so that's as opposite as you could get. Alright, so I'll go on to the next figure. So the next two figures I'll open are the Clawful and the Horde Trooper, and those will be the figures I open today. So I will, well, let's see what he looks like in his package first. There he is. And you can compare him to the Vintage Clawful, who's right there. So I'll try to put them side by side and see how similar they look, since this is the first Origins figure I'm opening, except for He-Man and Skeletor, that I can compare with a vintage figure. So I'll show you the card back once he's open and I get him out of his package. Be right back. just a little addendum, you can see if you cut very close to the surface of the card and the packet, you can get it out without damaging a thing. Now, all this comic seems to show Sunman also, so I guess you could call this wave, I'm not sure which wave this is, the Sunman wave, because everyone here seems to have the Sunman comic, but you see how easily it comes out? Undamaged. Let's just make sure it has the Clawful's instructions. And it does. And what do the dots say? Oh, all those parts are removable. So the arms, the wrists, below the knee, everything, okay. I just want to make sure that this is indeed the same Sunman comic. Yes. Now, none of the Origins comics of the figures I've opened so far seem to have any word bubbles. But I guess you just have to use your imagination to figure out what's going on here. Looks like Anti-Eternia He-Man, Skeletor, and Clawful are all having some kind of conference in this one. And yet, it seems like they start fighting. So Anti-Eternia He-Man appears to be aligned with Skeletor after all. Or maybe not. And Sunman approaches. Anti-Eternia He-Man is attacked by Sunman. And he smashes through a Horde Trooper with He-Man himself as they escape Castle Grayskull. Okay. So I will open up the rest of him and I'll be right back. Alright, so I have Clawful open. And I have him side by side with his vintage counterpart. And he can actually, he has his claw is such that he can actually hold his weapon in his claw. It has a proper hole there for that. Whereas the vintage one, you kind of had to loop it around because I don't think it would fit. Although I'm going to experiment on that. Just one second. Alright, so the vintage Clawful's holding its weapon, kind of guarding himself with it. But you see how that's not as bright a green. If I didn't know that was the vintage part, I would assume it was the Origins figure. I mean, reverse what I just said. If I didn't know that was the Origins figure, I'd swear that was the vintage weapon. But it's amazing how similar they look. They're just updated with better articulation. And of course, you can see the card back here. You can see how it has him hold his weapon. So he's holding it the right way. And you can see the card art here. He's attacking Teela. Now I think I have an Origins Teela. Let me check and make sure. I don't think I have an Origins Teela. So I'll have to look for that figure. I haven't seen it in the stores yet. I've only been able to get the figures I've been able to find in the stores. Of course, there is PowerCon in early August in Columbus during my vacation. So I will look into trying to find the Teela figure there. Alright, so what I'll do now is I'll open the last figure and I'll be back. This one also has a Sunman comic. Probably saw that before. So I'll be back. So the last figure I have is a Horde figure. You can see how it has the Evil Horde sticker on it, so I'll try to put that on the card back, just like I did with Sunman. And just like when I open up She-Ra, I will put the Princess of Power sticker on the card back. Now that gives me an idea. Now you can see here that the only figure I have of Hordak is, you know, the Buzzsaw Hordak with 2 different heads and his bow and those things that fly out of his chest, etc. Now I decided, especially since it's unpunched and it's a deluxe figure, that I would leave these deluxe figures in their package. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to open up the 4 figures I got and save She-Ra until I have a regular Hordak to open up with her. So I'll be back once I've opened up the Horde Trooper. Alright, I'm back again. I noticed something interesting about the Horde Trooper. His armor opens. Strange. There's some kind of mechanism in here. You push the center of the chest in and out, and I don't know if that's meant to fire something or not. Strange, but that would explain why his armor doesn't completely seal up. Anyway, put his staff in his hand. There, that should be the grip. There. So I'll set him up. Same comic as all the others. Same scenes and everything. And there's the card. You can see I got the Horde sticker on that. So you have a Horde sticker and you have the Sunman sticker. So that's quite good. And of course the She-Ra figure will come with a Princess of Power sticker. So there we go. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to set up all 4 figures with their scenic, well, with their card backs and their scenic card backs, and we'll see how they look. So there's the video of the figures. I had to prop something behind them so that the card back would stay upright. So I'm going to flip the figures around to show the card art. Take that picture. Alright, so there's the video of the 4 figures with their card art. Sunman's a bit far forward because what's propping the card back out is far forward, but you can see the figure. Actually, I can put the camera down a bit now. So you can see the figure and his card back. You can see Anti-Eternia He-Man and his card art. That's why I keep the card backs, of course. Clawful's card art and his card back. And the Horde Trooper's card back. This is the first card back that doesn't actually show him in a winning situation. It shows him beaten up by He-Man. So anyway, now I'm going to put them on the shelf. I'm going to figure out where to put them out. I'll be back once I've put them on the shelf. Okay, so there are the figures against the 2-pack of He-Man and Battle Cat, but as you know, I already have a He-Man and Battle Cat, which I moved to the floor to make room for those figures up there, but as I open up the figures and their bubbles are eliminated from the equation, it should be a lot easier to open up space on the shelf. So I'm going to take one last picture with them with their card backs. Alright, so there's the figures with their card backs on the shelf. And you can still see the He-Man and Battle Cat above them. He is the Masters of the Universe, so it does make sense that he's over top of everyone. But anyway, this will be a preview of the next video, which will be the display of the MOTU or Vintage collection. So there are a few new figures. Tila, for instance. And I think the Vintage Clawful, of course. So what I will do is and once I remember what his name is, and Orko, of course. So what I will do is I will do an updated Vintage collection video. That'll be the next one for Sean's Toy Channel. So that will be for Friday. It's going to be Friday, July 1st, actually.